There is a new disorder. It is called SMED, Social Media Anxiety Disorder, and I'm 99% sure that I suffer from this. This is the endless condition where we find ourselves having to tweet and Instagram all our food and constantly be locked into this digital world. And they're actually starting to prescribe this to people and say that this is a real medical disorder. Do you suffer from this, Jen?
First of all, I'm like tripping out right now that I'm not tweeting.
That you're not. Yeah, thank you
I'm
for
not
not
Instagramming this. This isn't happening as is. First of all, anytime any new thing happens, anytime culture shifts, anytime something happens, they of course have to associate a disorder with it. So I don't know if it's necessarily a disorder, more as just a natural phenomenon that happens when people are extremely tied to their devices. I certainly feel it. I certainly will get that like Facebook or it didn't happen type thing, which is insanity.
Yeah.
Or certainly find myself rabbit holing into the web for a while. And I know they say people that spend more time on the internet get more depressed. So I can see how this is a real thing, but I'm also waiting to see what pharmaceutical company wants to hop on board and now prescribe whatever to detach you from this thing.
And one of the fascinating things is that they show you that you feel like you should be more connected, is what everyone says. Well, I want to be more connected with everybody, and yet they show you all the time that you're more disconnected because it looks like, oh, everyone else's food is cooler and their Instagram filter is better.
I call it highlight reel syndrome. So basically, like if you know in television, basically when you see a movie, it's like trailer syndrome. You're seeing a best of. So most people aren't, like when I'm sitting home in bed, like eating nachos, sobbing, I'm not like selfie, like posting it, Instead, it's like
the one time you finally get out of the house and wear makeup. And, I gotta take a picture.
That's a good idea. The depressed Instagrammer. That's actually pretty good.
Everything's just a bummer.
And I guess I have to kind of go against a little bit of what you guys are saying here, just from. It's easy to be flip and kind of cynical about this, but truth be told, this is not a diagnosable disorder right now. It's not in the ICD, it's not in the DSM, so all of the diagnostic tools that physicians and psychiatrists use and psychologists use, there's no such thing as social media anxiety disorder. And
sounds good though.
It does, it sounds good.
Sound good.
Oftentimes, I think what happens is that if an individual does have a clinical issue with anxiety, there are going to be different kind of behavioral aspects of their life that they'll latch onto. If you look at generalized anxiety disorder, it's a little hard to pinpoint. But if you look at obsessive compulsive disorder, that's also listed as an anxiety disorder. And really what it is that there's an anxiety welling up, and that helps you kind of keep it in check periodically.
Sure.
And so it could be that there are people who already possess a deep anxiety, and the social media kind of addiction feeds to that. I think that there's also, like you said, a shift in culture, and we are connected to our technology now. And yes, it might make me nervous if I forget my phone and I leave it at home for 6 hours, but is that because I'm afraid I'm going to miss that email from work that's really important? Isn't it the same thing as feeling nervous that like you don't have your house keys handy, or for whatever reason? I mean, I think that there is a legitimate side to this, and it's easy for us to kind of, like I said, be cynical about it, but being disconnected from your social media can actually have adverse effects on your work and your social life. Some people, this is their form of socialization. And I don't see that as being potentially negative. I just see it as being, part of the world we live in now.
Do you guys think that part of this is that we got all this stuff at once? Like this is all new in the last 10 years. We got all of it. And now it's like when I walk my dog, the other day I forgot my phone and I walked for a half hour with no phone, and the whole time I kept putting my hand in my pocket like, I've got to be tweeting about the dog. No, I know, and then I loved it. Of course, I loved it, and I do
it on purpose sometimes.
2 Sundays ago, I took the full day off. I announced it. I am taking the day off, and I did it. And I had to announce it.
You have to tell people, or else they'll be like, he's dead. He hasn't checked in somewhere. He's not on Facebook. He must be dead. Clearly, if he hasn't been on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, and they'll check every single avenue and go, "Have you been in there 20?" Like my sister once, I didn't update anything for like 2 or 3 days, and she legitimately was like, I was very concerned. I thought perhaps you had been sick, ill, died. It was
but that's of course based. But of course that's based on previous patterns, because you had probably never gone 2 days before, and I think that's important.
Do you guys have like a particular one that has more power over your day-to-day operations? Is it for me? It's Twitter by far.
Twitter by far.
Is this because we're all in this talk world? So Twitter is just the perfect tool for us.
Breaking news. You know what's first trending topics. You can kind of expel information. Facebook is, for at least for me, more people I know and what they're up to, and you're having a baby and you just ate a sandwich and whatever. But Twitter really is, you can tell what's trending, what's on people's minds.
I've almost completely given up on like my personal Facebook. I do have a page on Facebook, but I see that more as kind of part of my daily promotional routine, my daily routine where I get in touch with people, and I kind of will sit at my computer to work, to do more page things. Whereas with Twitter, it's an all day, every day stream that's in my pocket. I very rarely will tweet from my computer. It's almost always from my iPhone. So I think I'm just much more active in that. I also don't Instagram or Pinterest at all. They do not interest me.
Pinterest so is like planning your wedding or some weird. Basically, it's like if you're a girl and you have Pinterest, never show it to your boyfriend. It just means you're planning a wedding.
It's a lot of weddings. So it's a lot of cats. What is with the cats and the internet? Really, I don't. I'm a dog guy. Why do people love cats so much?
I have a dog too. I'm a dog girl, but cats are hilarious.
I'm a cat person, so I'm the wrong person to talk.
How many cats do you have?
I have 0, which is very strange. I'm like, you know, some women are like, I don't have any babies. I'm sad. I'm like, I have no kitties. It like makes me really upset.
How many cats do you have? None. I'm a cat person. Okay, there
Crazy
you go.
Cat lady.
Crazy cat lady with no cats.
Imaginary cat.
Extra crazy. In my head, I have 19.
Wow, that's funny.